voice danced softly through the morning light. Broken window, sky so pale. An old piano stood in silence, guarding one forgotten tale. The paint was cracked, the keys were yellow. Time had carved its quiet name. I laid my hand upon the ivory. Nothing in me stayed the same. Every scar became a sentence. Every note unlocked the door. Somewhere deep beneath the silence, I could hear the years once more. Dust on the piano, still singing through the years, holding every heartbeat, every laugh and every tear. Though the hands are gone forever, their songs refuse to die. Dust on the piano keeps yesterday alive. There was a ribbon tied around it, faded blue and worn with age. Grandma's handwriting on a photograph, folded like another page. I played the tune my father whistled when the fields were green and white. For a moment all those voices sat together by my side. Every echo found another, every memory found me. Love is never truly buried when a song can set it free. Dust on the piano, still singing through the years, holding every heartbeat, every laugh and every tear. Though the hands are gone forever, their songs refuse to die. Dust on the piano keeps yesterday alive. Maybe every home remembers long after walls grow old. Maybe every chord keeps breathing long after stories have been told. The attic wasn't only wood and nails, it carried every prayer. I found my family waiting inside the music there. Dust on the piano, now singing through my hands, passing every memory like rivers through the land. I will teach these songs tomorrow, so another heart will know. Dust on the piano never lets our stories go. Whoa, one last note, still floating through the quiet like yesterday. Never really left. Broken plastic, dust fell softly to the floor. Hidden in the aging timber lay a secret from before, wrapped inside a faded envelope. Edges worn by passing years, ink had almost lost its color. Still it carried someone's tears. Every word was softly trembling, like a heartbeat trapped in time. Every page still held a promise, never reaching its last line. A letter behind the wall never found its way back home. Love was waiting in silence while the years kept moving on. Though the hands that wrote these pages turned to dust so long ago, every word still burns like fire in a heart I'll never know. She wrote about a summer evening, fields beneath the crimson sky, how she dreamed they'd leave together, never saying one goodbye. Duty called another direction, family came before desire. Some dreams quietly surrender, still they never lose their fire. Every sentence carried courage, every line refused to fade. Sometimes love is measured not by holding, but by every sacrifice we made. A letter behind the wall never found its way back home. Love was waiting in the silence while the years kept moving on. Though the hands that wrote these pages turned to dust so long ago, every word still burns like fire in a heart I'll never know. Maybe every home keeps secrets locked when no one thinks to see. Maybe every silent hallway guards another memory. Though their story ended quietly, its echo still remains. Love can disappear from history, yet forever leave its name. The letter behind the wall, now its journey reaches mine. Though it never found its lover, it survived the hands of time. I remember what they couldn't, I carry what they knew. Somewhere every broken story still becomes a truth. The wall stands empty now, but the silence finally has a voice. Morning poured through fragile patterns, soft as whispers on the floor. Every thread still held the sunlight like it always had before. By that little attic window, someone watched the seasons turn. Spring would bloom and autumn faded, still the candle chose to burn. Every passing cloud reminded time can bend but never stay. Hope keeps blooming in the silence, even when the skies turn gray. Through the lace curtain window, dreams were dancing with the breeze. Every sunrise carried promises floating gently through the leaves. Though the years kept rolling onward, faith refused to walk away. Love kept sorrow still lives softly in this place. We inherit more than names, more than photographs of stone. Every thread becomes tomorrow, every memory our own. Through the lace curtain window, now I see the world anew. Every light that finds this old house brings the past into the blue. I leave these curtains gently swaying for another soul someday. May they find the same old comfort that has never faded away. The wind still knows the names we almost forgot. In an older box beneath the rafters, wrapped inside a worn-out cloth, lay a pocket knife of faded silver, carved by years instead of rust. Its handle bore 1,000 stories, every scratch a hard-earned day, built from calloused hands and quiet courage that never asked for praise. Some men leave behind their fortunes, some leave names in history. Mine left something far more lasting, strength wrapped in simplicity. Grandfather's pocket knife, cut through wood and hard times, built a home with steady hands, one careful day, one careful line. Though the blade has lost its shine, its spirit still survives. I still carry who he was inside grandfather's pocket knife. He carved whistles for the children, fixed the fence before the rain, shared the bread before he'd eat it, never once complained. Every wall and rounded corner held a lifetime in its steel, not because the blade was perfect, but because his heart was real. I can almost hear him laughing when the daylight reached the barn, teaching without Years may quietly drift away, yet the hands that shape tomorrow still guide mine today. Grandfather's pocket knife still reminds me who I am, not by riches left behind, but by the way we choose to stand. I'll pass it to another dreamer when my own years reach their end, because love is built like old steel, growing stronger as we mend. One small blade, one honest life, 1,000 memories. There's an old chair by the window, paint worn thin by years gone by. It still faces toward the sunrise, like it's waiting for July. Its wooden arms are smooth with stories, polished by familiar hands. Every gentle sway reminds me love was never loudly planned. Some people leave without a warning, some never truly disappear. Sometimes all that's left to guide us is a quiet wooden chair, empty rocking chair, still moving with the breeze, holding all the whispered prayers that nobody else could see. Though the room has fallen silent, your kindness still lives here. Home still feels like home somehow, beside that empty rocking chair. You stitched every tear together with the needle, thread, and grace, found enough for every supper, even in the hardest days. You never asked for recognition, never counted what you gave. You built a family out of patience, more than money ever made. Now the floorboards softly answer every memory I hear. Time may take away the voices, but it can't erase the years. Empty rocking chair, still moving with the breeze, holding all the whispered prayers that nobody else could see. Though the room has fallen silent, your kindness still lives here. Home still feels like home somehow, beside that empty rocking chair. If heaven has a front porch waiting, I know exactly where you'll be, rocking slow beneath forever, saving one more place for me. Until that day I keep believing, and every lesson still remains. Love keeps rocking through the generations, like sunshine after rain. Empty rocking chair, now I understand your song. You were building something stronger every day, all along. I'll keep passing on your kindness long after I leave here. Your heart keeps rocking endlessly inside that empty chair. Inside a cedar box, forgotten under coats no one would wear. Tiny wings like faded paper still were resting safely there. Pressed beside a field of daisies, brown with age but sweet somehow. Summer whispered from the silence, standing here beside me now. Every fragile thing kept hidden carries more than eyes can see. Time may steal the brightest colors, but it cannot steal memory. Moth wings in July, still dancing through the years, floating on the breath of yesterday, across forgotten tears. Though they're delicate as silence, they refuse to say goodbye. Love still leaves its fingerprints like moth wings in July. Who had gathered all these treasures from a meadow long since gone? Who believed that little moments could keep living after dawn? Every flower told a story, every feather held a name, every fragile piece remembered someone who would never fade. Maybe every heart keeps boxes filled with things too small to show, yet they're often what reminds us of the lives we'll always know. Moth wings in July, still dancing through the years, floating on the breath of yesterday, across forgotten tears. Though they're delicate as silence, they refuse to say goodbye. Love still leaves its fingerprints like moth wings in July. Nothing beautiful lasts forever, that's the lesson nature gives. But the ones who choose to treasure help forgotten seasons live. Hold them gently, don't let go. Even broken wings still know the wind. Moth wings in July, now resting in my hands, tiny pieces of another life, too precious to command. When my own days turn to echoes, may somebody stop and smile, finding hope inside a cedar box and moth wings in July. Summer remains. Behind a stack of weathered novels, hidden from the light for years, lay a faded photograph, still untouched by time or tears. No name written on the backside, only eyes that seem to know, like they carry quiet stories no one living now could tell. Every face once held a future, every smile belongs somewhere. Time may steal the names we answer, not the love we came to share. Portrait without a name, still shine somebody's tears. Though history forgot to call you, your heart still speaks the same. You're more than just a photograph, a portrait without a name. On paper, just like everyone I meet. Maybe children called you mother, maybe someone wore your ring. Maybe all that's left to tell us lives inside your gentle grin. Every stranger holds a lifetime far beyond what we can see. Every soul deserves remembering, even through portrait without a name. One day someone may discover only pictures left of me, wondering who I used to laugh with, what became my legacy. If they never learn my story, if my voice is long since gone, may they know I loved completely, and that love keeps living on. Portrait without a name. Now I see you differently, not forgotten, just waiting for someone willing to believe. I remember what time couldn't. I whisper your silent flame. You'll always have a place with me. Portrait without a name. Some stories don't need a name to be remembered. The floorboard sigh when midnight calls, all beams grow through the rain. Every nail still knows the hands that built this house with pain. The lantern swings without a breeze, dust moves across the floor. Not because the dead are walking, the house remembers more. Every whisper in the rafters, every shadow on the wall, 1,000 ordinary moments still refuse to fall. The attic never sleeps, it breathes when the night comes in. Every laugh, every cry still echoes through the wind. These walls don't keep the living for the ones we've had to leave. The attic never sleeps, it remembers everything. beside a Bible. Every object keeps a face. Strike a match and watch the darkness dance across the cedar beams. Some call them old forgotten things, I call them family. If you listen long enough, silence starts to sing. Every home becomes a witness to ordinary keys. The act never sleeps, it breathes when the night comes in. Every laugh, every cry still echoes through the wind. These walls don't keep the living or the ones we've had to leave. The attic never sleeps. A house is built with timber, a home is built by hands. When I'm only someone's memory and my own voice disappears, may these old walls still remember that I was once here. Rested one forgotten prize, an old tin box with rusted corners, holding someone's childhood skies. Tiny marbles, faded ribbons, a lucky penny worn and bright, a paper star and dried blue clover, safe from every passing night. Little heads believed forever, every promise felt so true. Time grew older, dreams grew farther, yet somehow they still shine through. Tin box of promises hidden through the years, full of little dreams too honest for our fears. Though the children all grew older, their hope still survives. Sometimes yesterday keeps beating in the smallest little lives. There were notes in crooked writing. We'll stay friends until we're old. Simple words with endless meaning, worth far more than silver or gold. Every treasure looked so ordinary, nothing money couldn't buy. Yet together they were priceless, like a summer that won't die. Every heart once held a kingdom, built from wonder and belief. Maybe growing older teaches how precious that can be. Tin box of promises hidden through the years, full of little dreams, too honest for our fears. Though the children all grew older, their hope still survives. Sometimes yesterday keeps beating in the smallest little lives. If I could leave one gift behind me, not a fortune, not a name, may someone find a little kindness and remember why we came. Tin box of promises, now I understand. The greatest things we carry never fit inside our hands. Every laugh, every friendship, every dream beneath the sky still lives inside that little box where childhood never dies. Close the lid, but never the memory. Sunday morning stitched together under quiet country skies. In the pocket folded gently, church notes faded into brown, a nickel, 2 old ticket stubs, and a picture upside down. He never chased a life for riches, never needed more than enough. He wore that coat with quiet dignity and a heart that stayed strong through the rough. That old Sunday coat carried more than thread. It held every promise, every prayer he'd said, not measured by the money or the things that people own. A faithful heart can leave behind a richer kind of home. The elbow showed a lifetime's labor, buttons polished by his hands. Every wrinkle told a story no one else could understand. He'd tip his hat to every neighbor, shake a stranger's hand with grace. without the world knowing their name. The coat still hangs, ready for another Sunday. Inside an old forgotten corky tin, wrapped in cloth worn soft with years, two simple rings lay side by side, still shining through the dust and tears. No dimes caught the morning light, no riches marked the vows they made, only fingerprints of honest lives that never quietly faded. Time can weather every surface, paint can crack and colors fade, but hearts that choose each other daily never truly break. Rust between our hands, but love still holds us tight. The years may leave their marks, they never steal the light. Every scar becomes a story, every promise unknown. silence sounds familiar when a place has watched you grow. But the light still finds the curtains like it always used to do. Only now the chairs sit empty, waiting for a different view. Walls don't speak, they simply listen. Year after year, they never forget. The house remembers, even when we don't. Every whispered prayer, every promise once wrote, every birthday candle, every tear that touched the floor. We leave, but the house remembers more. Names were carved behind the doorway, tiny marks beside the stairs, measuring another summer without knowing we'd be here. Kitchen windows caught our laughter, front porch held our last goodbye. Every nail inside these old beams learned the reasons people cry. Time moves on, seasons change, but love leaves fingerprints no rain can wash away. The house remembers, even when we don't. Every whispered prayer, every promise once wrote, every birthday candle, every tear that touched the floor. We leave, but the house remembers more. Tomorrow strangers may be living where our stories learn to breathe. They may never know our names, yet they'll inherit every dream. Homes are more than wood and windows, more than bricks beneath the sky. They're quiet keepers of forever, long after we say goodbye. The house remembers, now I understand. Home was never just a place, it was every helping hand. Though I close this old front door, its love will travel where I roam. Because the house remembers, and that's why I'll always call it home. Goodbye, old friend. Storm rolled in without a warning, clouds like smoke across the sky. Every window shook with thunder, like the house let out a sigh. I walked slowly through the hallway, touched the pictures on the wall, thanked the rooms for every memory before the silence had to fall. Some things aren't meant to last forever, even mountains wear away. But every love that built these old walls will never fade. goodbye. You can't bury generations under splintered wood and stone. What they gave keeps growing stronger long after they're gone. Before the roof fell in, before the old walls came apart, every beam was holding stories, every room was holding hearts. Bricks may crumble into pieces, timber may return to wind. Home was never lost before the roof fell in. I don't mourn the broken building, I celebrate the lives, because every dream it sheltered still survives. Before the roof fell in, I finally understood. A house is built from timber, a family builds the good. Though the roof has met the earth, the love will never end. Some homes keep standing forever inside the hearts of friends. The storm moved on, the memories stay. Found a world beneath the rafters, hidden underneath the years. Every photograph and letter held a voice I couldn't hear. Every scratch upon the wooden floor, every mark upon the wall, was a chapter from a story that was waiting for my call. I thought I came here searching for the things they left behind, but I found something much deeper, a piece of every life. These are the threads of yesterday running through my hands, stories woven through the years like rivers through the land. Every heartbreak, finally understand. Every life becomes a thread in a much bigger plan. These are the threads of yesterday, stronger than the years, holding all the laughter and the memories and tears. Though the faces may grow distant, though the seasons drift away, love keeps weaving through forever, like the threads of yesterday. So let the dust keep settling, let the old doors close. The stories remain, the love